Right, another morning, another run, 2 weeks out. This is where things get easier because it's less volume. All the work has been done previously. Now I just recover, I rest, and I get ready for the big day. So it is currently 10:50. It is quite late. I want to say I woke up at 9 something. Kind of took my time this morning, I'm not gonna lie. Probably wasn't a good idea because I need to go run an errand at some point, which is gonna take some time. And I definitely got to get rid of all this. This has got to go. Don't worry about the hair. That's gonna be in a couple days, okay? Hold me out. The plan is run 6 miles again. And that's it, just head back home. I will say I'm nowhere near as hungry as I was the previous week, like nowhere near. But Sunday and Monday are traditionally lower energy expenditure days. Sunday I don't work out at all, so I don't really burn any calories. So if anything, I was at a maintenance with 22 to 2300. And then Monday I had just the run. I didn't walk a lot at work. I'm not swimming right now. It's not a lot of volume. It's 6 miles, yes, compared to before. So yeah, because of that, I didn't burn as much calories. Maybe I burnt, let's say, I don't know, that's a little random number, 25 to 2700. So I was in a slight deficit. But I did wake up with some more glycogen stores in me. I am at 129.8 or 139.8 as opposed to 139.6, 139.4. So I am starting to retain some more water, which is fine. I give my body a little bit of time to recover from the strenuous deficit. And then today through Saturday, I got work. So I'll be walking a lot at work, expending a lot of energy on top of my weekly miles. So it should be still quite a deficit. I'm not too worried about it because I made it through last week, and last week was an extreme deficit. So this week shouldn't be anywhere near as bad. Once I get past this week, next week is where things get nice because I can bump back up to 3000 calories, which if anything will be a surplus because I'm not running very much next week. Like today, for example, next week, I'm running 4 miles. And then one of the weekdays, I think I'm running 3 miles, as little as 3 miles. So I'm not gonna be running a lot, therefore not burning a lot, and then eating more. Next week should be really nice. I just gotta get by this week. It shouldn't be as big of a deal because last week I did most of the work of the deficit. Again, I'm not trying to go too crazy, especially like this week. I could lose a ton of weight if I wanted to, but I don't want to stress my body. I want to be ready to go for that marathon. So making it nice and easy, go run 6 miles, come back home, and fuel back up. Let's do it, fellas. See you out there. Mile 1, 9:31. Mile 2, 8:55 pace. Pace is getting better. Effort's getting better. I'm feeling better. This all has to be already from the rest I've had based on the calories I'm eating. So 4 more miles, let's do it. Mile 3, 9:48 pace. I will say the first 2 miles I felt really good. Toward the end of this 3rd mile, I feel like I hit a wall. So I think that's it for my stored glycogen. Just gonna get the rest done. That's all that matters. Mile 4, 9:27. Still maintaining a decent pace. Mile 5, 9:58 pace. Barely sub 10 minutes. Things are getting tougher, but luckily it's the last mile. And usually the last mile is pretty easy going because a high percentage of it is going downhill. On my way back home now. Trying to keep heart rate high. I have maintained it for a good bit of it. I'm hoping for at least 60% execution, but we'll see. I'll catch up with you when I'm all done. Mile 6, 9:34 pace. Job is done. Average heart rate was 147, 1 beat below the goal. the minimum goal, I should say, 148 to 158. So, I mean, I'll take it. We're getting closer to the proper heart rate zone we would like. 6 miles, a little bit less than an hour, because we did maintain a 9:33 pace. That I am really happy with. Honestly, I still felt really weak, but to maintain a 9:33 pace while feeling somewhat weak in a calorie deficit, I am more than happy with it. That's a really good sign that when we're fully recovered, fully full of glycogen, in road shoes, proper race shoes, lower elevation, less elevation gain, all of these variables, we're gonna perform really, really well on this marathon. Post-run fueling here, I got 1 grapefruit, 4 green kiwis, half a papaya. Now, I would usually have a bit more fruit, except I think fruits are going out of season with it getting colder, so I don't have very much fruit. The rest of them, I mean, look, I could eat a dragon fruit, but honestly, that's not all that much calories. Like, yeah, I'm not really interested in more fruit. With my beef for later, it puts me at like 2,020 calories, all this. So what I'm considering is having some cheese, because some cheese does sound pretty good. So I'll probably have some cheese later. But this is it for fruit. Being in a calorie restriction, really, I mean, you don't have much fruit, right? Like, this isn't a lot, but it's still something. Also, I think it might be papaya season, because this papaya is like on another level of sweet, and I'm really excited to eat it. And honestly, if I really enjoy the papaya, I might just bash into the other half of the papaya. But the only concern is that it's a diuretic, so usually it messes me up pretty bad. But hey, we'll see what I decide on. I'm gonna enjoy this fruit for now. That papaya I just ate was possibly the best papaya I have ever had in my entire life. That was so good. I had to look up if papayas are in season. And I guess it's from May to September that papayas are really in season. Oh, but this papaya was something else. It's the same papaya that I always buy. Organic Royal Star papaya from Whole Foods. Same papaya. Now the weird thing about these papayas, I bought 2 of them luckily, is they, like, if you squish into them, it's almost like it's airy, like it's voluminous. It's not mushy. It's kind of like, that was some really good papaya. Also, in the middle of eating it, I was like, I wonder if you can eat the skin. And I just remembered, I want to look that up. I guess don't eat the skin. It can lead to stomach irritation. So do not eat papaya skin. But yeah, 4 kiwis, half a papaya, and a grapefruit later. I'm going to have my cheese. Actually, first, I'm going to prep the meat, get that in the oven, and then I'll start cutting the cheese. Literally cutting the cheese. See you in a bit. Now, I do got to say that cheese that I ate earlier was so rich and so well worth it. I like being in a calorie deficit when you eat rich foods. Oh my God, is it so good? I'm getting goosebumps. So yeah, of course I ate all the cheese. It was so worth it. I'm so glad I went with the cheese as opposed to more fruit. Because usually if I eat more papaya, it messes me up. It is a natural, like, diuretic, uh, digestive, borderline laxative. So I keep papaya to half a papaya. I don't eat a whole papaya anymore. No more fruit, no more food in general. This is it. So I got here a pound and a quarter of beef. I have 8515 ground beef from Force of Nature, regenerative, organic, grass fed, the whole 9 yards that you would want. I'm gonna eat these 2 patties, and that does it for the day. I have no more workouts because I am so close to the marathon. I'm starting to feel a little bit of brain fog, as you can tell. But yeah, I'm gonna eat this food, and I really got to get going because I have to still run that errand. Um, I think there was something else that I wanted to do with my day, but honestly, I can't remember. Yeah, this is it. Oh yes, I wanted to trim this up. I don't know if I'm gonna have the time. We'll see. I'll see you fellas in tomorrow's video. God, the brain fog is bad. See you fellas.